An obsessive genius, winner, brilliant, passionate, detail-oriented, meticulous and hard-working, Pep Guardiola has his 35th title in his 15-year career in his sights, but not before taking time to defeat the Manu at Old Trafford in the final of the FA Cup, a victory that was just an appetizer of what would most likely be the Champions League banquet due to the voracious way that characterizes it to accumulate titles. This strategy artist won the title with his citizens for the third consecutive year and added his fifth league title in 6 seasons. A hegemony that he maintained after an exciting battle with Mikel Arteta's Arsenal during the season. Already with the Premier League and the FA in his pocket, everyone knows that Guardiola will go to Istanbul to try to beat Inter Italian in the UEFA Champions League final, a competition that has been elusive to his club and that would make him the second English club to win all 3 major trophies. The phenomenon of the bench materializing dreams that seem unrealizable knows that the eyes of the world, journalism, and his colleagues will be on the next European final to take note of his most recent masterclass in 2023, and perhaps others too, in his desire to see him fail in his attempt to continue writing his legendary story in English football and worldwide. Guardiola describes himself as a normal coach who has to make up for the absence of special talent with a lot of work, but the doubles and triplets he has achieved can only be the result of his exhaustive work that has given him enormous success in the last 12 years. Pep set his fundamental objective, to create a team spirit. This is an inspiration he got from the All Blacks, the rugby world champions. Team spirit as a platform from his stage at Manchester City is considered the most difficult of his entire career. It has not received a star squad, as in Bayern, nor a team with a game identity. A building to do. To build an efficient, sustainable, and proactive game model that allows winning trophies. The inexhaustible Pep knows that the game is in constant evolution, which is why he always keeps creating something different so that the rivals do not get used to his system and that defending himself is a very complicated task against the attacks of his devastating machine that does not give no doubt. It is impossible to deny that Manchester City has the richest squad in England and possibly the world. Its number of variants both in the starting formation and in the substitute bench makes the deck of ways to hurt the rival on duty innumerable, but the team brain is never satisfied. It is that for Pep Guardiola it is not enough to achieve 3 consecutive Premier League or be the best team in the English Premier League. His instinct wants championships, glory, but he also wants to achieve it by playing in a way that makes the fan proud and that meets the objective set in training. That is why he is sometimes discontented after the triumph, and knows that his Manchester City must win the UEFA Champions League on multiple occasions if they want to be considered one of the great clubs in Europe. Pep has the power to convince his players on a daily basis in training sessions, meetings, and matches that everything he is telling you is going to happen. The arrival of Haaland was a dream come true in the mind of the Spanish strategist to unify and enhance individual capabilities and turn them into an overwhelming team. The specialized media in England refer to the 3-box-3 with which Manchester City managed to demolish Liverpool in the Premier League as a perfect game and possibly the best performance of the team in the last 7 years. Guardiola seeks with this scheme to pierce the rival through a midfielder. Generate superiority from the position of the box, formed by the 4 midfielders finding those small corridors that are also formed before the rival's attention to the 2 ends that are open in the form of a threat. The passing options multiply and where there would seem to be no space, the crack opens. In his search, Pep supports his philosophy of play. The one to gather passes and passes, the extra pass that makes things easier. The pressure that suffocates and leaves his team close to the goal. The simplicity of finding a free partner and not forcing situations. Pep is willing to adjust, to continue innovating and looking for the best way to adapt his players to the idea he has in mind, the one that has led him to success in all these years and the one he will want to implement so as not to let the Champions League slip away against Inter in Istanbul. So Guardiola is a very strange creature because he has unusual ideas in football. He proposes a way of playing that clashes with the spirit of the current times. He draws on knowledge from other people's disciplines, and when he manages to build a building to his liking, he leaves to build another. Guardiola's euphoria pushes City towards the treble. He won the first train in the entire history of Spanish football with FC Barcelona. He got the first sextet in the entire history of world football. And it's one final. Of being able to become the first DT to win 2 triplets in the entire history of this sport. The second most winning coach in history after Sir Alex Ferguson, who won 49 titles in 39 seasons. To talk about Pep Guardiola, you have to stand up. It's just on another level.
So Lasagna, I heard you say.